Hello, this is Bob Mangro. There's a classic story from India that I've always liked, as it nicely sums up the spiritual endeavor. There was a man walking along a trail and he slipped and fell off the edge of a cliff. But as he fell, he grabbed onto a vine with one hand and was now hanging over the cliff. As he looked down, there was a lot of sharp rocks below, and if he fell, he would die for sure. And to top it off, there were two tigers waiting for him. So here he is hanging onto the vine, and then he looks up and notices that there are two rats, a white one and a black one, nibbling away at the vine. So now he's very worried, because soon the rats will chew away at the vine, and he will fall even faster to his death. But while he was hanging on with one hand, he notices that just in front of him there's a wild bush with lots of berries. And so with the other hand, he grabs some berries, bites into them, and smiles and says, how delicious. And then after a short time, he was able to climb out to his safety. So what's the spiritual message to this story? Let's go over it in parts. The first message is that while he was hanging on, he was worried, helpless, feeling stuck, nervous, and afraid. And this is a typical human condition for most people. The rocks and the tigers represent the future and death, and most people tend to be uneasy and worried about their future and afraid to die. The vine itself that he was holding on to represented time. We are all as humans hanging on to time in this life. And the two black and white rats symbolize day and night, whereby day and night are constantly eating away at your time in this life. Now the berries are the most interesting. The message here is that even though he was stressed, worried, and afraid, even though his circumstances did not look good at all, everything was against him, he still found it in himself to enjoy the sweetness and deliciousness of the berries. And this is the power of the now moment. And such moments can occur, for example, when you feel the sun shining on your face, or you just had a delicious meal, or went for a run and the exhilaration and energy of the exercise energizes you, or you scored a goal in a soccer game, or you're hiking in nature, or you fixed something and it works, or you're hugging your child or holding your loved one, or someone says something that makes you laugh, or you're relaxing near a seashore, or a moment of meditation where you drop your concerns and you slip into free consciousness, or you enjoy a cool glass of refreshing water on a hot day, or feeling the deep and refreshing coolness of a winter morning, or snow falling on your face. Such moments are examples where you slip into the timeless now, and yet very few do this. And instead, they are more concerned with their problems, worries, what other people are thinking about them, or the argument they had yesterday, or worrying and being upset about somebody else's problems. They fail to find and focus on their own sacred moments of joy, pleasure, and beauty, and fail to truly enjoy the sweetness and deliciousness of life itself. And finally, as he climbed out to safety, he also climbed out of his fears, insecurities, doubts, and concerns. And this is what spiritual awakening is all about. This is what the spiritual path is all about. You are climbing out and escaping the physical pulls of physical reality, and becoming the exception to most people and how they perceive life, as you will no longer see and feel physical reality as most people tend to do. And therein is your freedom. Thank you.